Hi, in this video we are going to discuss about property binding. So property binding is the same concept of data binding from TypeScript file to HTML, but here we are binding the actual value such as boolean or other data type. In property binding we are passing the actual value such as true or false in case of boolean, but as you can see in string interpolation also we are passing the value, but in the string polation we are passing the value in the form of string from TypeScript to the HTML. Let me show you. So here we have the syntax. For syntax we have that boxy bracket, or simply we can use bind keyword with the hyphen over there. Let me save it out and move to dev component. So let me clear this thing as it's of no use for me, and also I'm clearing the HTML, and let me introduce some input and then say type whatever the type I want. So I'm putting as text over here and I'm putting the value. Say I'm putting Hari over here. Let me save this and go to the browser. So as you can see over, Hari will print over here. So let me inspect anything, and if you move over to the console now and clear the console, and you can put that $0, as you can see it will indicate that since we are targeted the body, but now we have to target that particular text box. So we have to click on inspect and then go to the console, and again we can use $0, and now we are in the input. So let me use one more thing as $0 dot get attribute. So we have get attribute over here, and then I'm putting as value over here, value, and then closing this bracket. As you can see, Hari will print over here, and also $0 dot value over here, and if you see over here that value will come. But let me change this Hari to something. So that's the default text which we are printing when we reload the page. So let me print this to as code me, and then you can check that get attribute value remain the same, but get value will be different. So why this difference is coming? So this difference is coming because of attribute versus property. So attribute and property are not the same thing. So let me go to our notes and put over here as say attribute versus property, and let me put over here as you can see after. Okay, let me put it as over here. So as you can see after overriding that $0 dot get attribute of value doesn't change because it's bind to HTML. Okay, let me move as you can see after overriding $0 dot value will will change, and doesn't change because it's binded to HTML, and will change because it's bind to DOM property. So full form of DOM is we have document object model. So for you I'm writing it down as document object model over here. So as I can show you, as you can see, after overriding, get value will not change. Why? Because it's bind to an HTML or its attribute. So let me move toward the browser, and as you can see in the console, we have input, type, text and value equal to Hari. So get attribute will always be constant. Attributes are defined by the HTML, whereas the property is defined by the DOM. So we can change the DOM, that means that property value also we can change, but we can't change attribute. So attribute is only initialized once when we have initializing our project or creating our project. After initializing, that attribute is done and we can't change that value. So let me move toward the notes, and in the notes, as we write down, attributes initialize once, and after initializing, the value of attribute can't change, but we can change the DOM element. And also one more thing, we can change the DOM element, that means also by changing, so by changing DOM element, we can change property, so its DOM is property binded. And also the attribute is our HTML binded, or it's just initialize one. So let me show you. So here I'm creating as my name ID, so my name ID, and putting the value of some kind as 101 I'm putting and saving out. And here I'm using, say, some kind of ID over here, say ID equal to assigning to, as we can use the interpolation symbol. And if you can see over here, I'm using as, let me copy this out and paste this in and saving it out. As you can see over here, or let me right click and go to the inspect. As you can see, our ID is there with the help of interpolation also. Okay, let me change the symbol and use as a property binding. So saved it out, move to the browser, and also you can click on the inspect. As you can see over here, the changes is same, but we have one more thing which is there. So property binding is simply binding the value, that exact value. Here we are passing the number, it's passing the value which is 101, not passing the string. But in case of string interpolation, it's firstly converting that numeric value into the string and then passing it. So let me show you with a very good example. Say here I'm using as disabled, so disabled over here. Okay, so I'm using over here as disabled, and then putting this thing to false. Let me shift it out and go to the browser. As you can see over here, we can't edit this text. So here, as you can see, after changing the value from false to true, it will remain as disabled. As you can see over here, if you go to the inspect, as you can see, disabled is there, you can't edit. Why? Because let me show you, we are using the string interpolation. It's not treating this string as say treating this as a boolean value, is treating this value as a string value. So let me copy it out the same text using Ctrl C and then paste it down over here, and also make it the use of property binding also over here. So let me use the value over, in this case saved it out. As you can see over here that both thing is disabled, but if you go over here and change both the values, say I'm changing this value to false and also these two false, and saved it out, move to the browser. As you can see, one is editable, one is not editable. In the case of string interpolation it's not editable, but in the case of property binding it's editable. Why? Because let me move toward the code. Because string interpolation will always bind the value to the string, whereas the property binds the real value whatever it is. Here in the case it's false, so it's treating as a boolean value. We also have a one very good example, so let me put it as a good example for this. Let me show you. I'm creating a button over here. As say is disabled, saved it out, move to the browser. As you can see button is there, so let I want button and say it's like add some kind of css. So I'm using that bootstrap css, so class, and then assigning to button as primary over here, saved it out, go over there, and as you can see it's look nice enough. So let me use the say the property binding over here. So let me use the property binding. As say we have some kind of disable, so let me use disable also over here. So disable, and then assigning the value, and I'm using that property binding over here. Let me save it out and say I'm creating a say button over here. So is button, and assign the value to false, saved it out, and then put it over here. So I'm assigning to false over here. Let me copy it out, control C, and then paste it out, saved out. Or I'm also creating that constructor over here, and also creating ng on init function. So ng on init, and also using as implements on init, save this out. Very good example of set timeout function from JavaScript itself. So I'm using the ES6 arrow operator to declare the function body. So I'm using this dot is button over here to false, or say I'm putting to true, and also printing this value console.log over here as say this dot is button. Save this out and putting the set timeout function say after 5 seconds, so 5000 millisecond, and save this out. Just move to the browser, refresh the browser, and as you can see over here this is enable. We can click, but now just wait for 5 seconds. See, it's disabled. So that's how that property binding will occur. If you want to see this thing in the browser itself, so how this value is changing, I'm using one more inbuilt function of HTML. So we have inner text, so inner text over here, and also assigning the value of is button over here, and then closing it, saving it. So just move to the browser. Okay, so inner text we have to use the capital T, my mistake, saved it, and then move towards over here. As you can see it's now false. Just wait for 5 seconds. See over here it's true, and then button is disabled. So that's how that property binding will occur. And you have a one more very good question in your mind to where to use that property binding and where to use string interpolation. So let me also put it in the notes. Use of property binding. So whenever we are going to change some property or mainly DOM property of an HTML use use property binding, or so we have whenever we are going to print something on HTML, use string interpolation. So that's it's all about property binding. So in this we have learned the syntax of property binding, the difference between attributes and value, where to use and how to use property binding, and we also have one more good case scenario where we can use string interpolation and where we are going to use that property binding. And let me show you also the another syntax of property binding. As you can see over here I'm using that disable as a property binding. So let me erase this and move the keyword as bind hyphen, then also saved it out, and you can see it's still working. Let it load. See over here, now it's enable, so let it going to disable. So true over here, see, that's will work. So here is one more syntax of property binding. So that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next video.